Still morning, mostly. So I'm talking this week, it's Passover, about Passover. That's what happens when I have seders until late at night and I'm tired. So that's what we got today. But the story, so I shouldn't assume anybody knows the story, but for the context of our conversation today, the story of Passover is the story of the Hebrews who have been enslaved for many generations in Egypt and are moving to freedom from slavery. There's a lot more of the story, but for our purposes, let's just go with that for today. That's enough context of the story. So, you know, the word in Hebrew for Egypt is Mitzrayim, which is derived from the word that means narrow. So it's a narrowness. And a lot of the teachings around Passover say that it was a narrowness of consciousness that allowed the Hebrews to stay there for so long in this terrible enslaved situation that they were in, right? And that they're moving from this narrow-mindedness, a narrow way of being in the world, literally as enslaved people, but also consciousness-wise, because the teaching says even when they're told they can go, many of them are like, no, where am I going to go? This is, I'm like my fourth generation here. Where am I going? Like they didn't want to leave. So there's so it's about this movement from a narrow way of being in the world to an expanded way of being in the world. And, so I think often around this time of year about that sort of pulsation of narrowness and expansion, because one is not better than the other. Narrowness is not necessarily a negative thing. Of course, a situation where you are enslaved, yes, of course it's a narrow. It's a negative thing. However, it's really about how, the ways that we are sort of being with whatever's narrow in our lives, so each of us we all have these places in our lives that are more narrow. Sometimes it's in our bodies, right? There's an illness or an injury or something happened, or just a tightness because of the way our bodies are built. We're dealing with a narrowing of the body. But that doesn't mean that our mind has to be constricted in that same way. And then it can be the opposite. We can be very open in our bodies and yet have this sort of very narrow way of looking at the world, and those things don't always go together. And so all of our yoga practice on every level, on the physical level, on the mental, emotional level, on the spiritual level, it's all this practice of a dance between narrowness and expansion. And so on the highest level, the story of how we come to be is a story of narrowing expansion, right? The teaching is that we come into being, that there's this vast, infinite, unbounded spirit, the oneness of things, whatever you call that, whatever name you give to it, that then takes form as a finite being. And that's how creation happens, as you and me and trees and flowers and everything, bugs and everything. Anything in creation is like a contracted form of that one spirit. So then we come into the world as this limited being. We are not unlimited beings. We are limited in the ways that we are. And then we have this experience of being separate and contracted and limited and disconnected. And so then our whole spiritual practice is, no. Yes, I am those things. I am in this body that is limited. This body is not infinite. It will end at some point. It will cease to be at some point. But there is this infinite spirit within. And so our spiritual practice is one of moving from narrowness to expansion. That's the story of our spiritual practice. So the whole practice is really the dance between this pulsation between these two, and the ways that we can use them both, because they're both necessary. Again, we put the negative valuation on. When you contract a muscle, that's a narrowing. That's not a negative thing. If there's a narrowing, there's a contraction that happens. But we can't stay in that contracted, tight situation. We need it also to be lengthened, right? So whether we're talking about our bodies or we're talking about our thoughts, everything is just this sort of dance between the two. And so that's what we're going to work with in our practice this morning is the dance between the two. So we're going to start with a little breath work, and This breath, we're going to do some ujjayi breath, which is that it's a sounded breath. It's a way of toning the throat to create. It's like pinching a fire hose, kind of pinching a garden hose, you know, where you want to like make the water come out faster. It's the same idea. We're doing that with our air. So you keep a big sort of spaciousness in your mouth. You drop your tongue down to the bottom. There's a spaciousness inside the mouth, but there's a gentle toning right at the top of the throat. So one way to feel it is to imagine that you're making a sound like when you like fog a window, but you're doing it with your lips closed. So that's one way to sort of attune to that, what that sense is in the back of the throat. And you're just trying to create this constriction of breath. So it's like, some people call it the Darth Vader breath. Some people call it the ocean waves breath. So whatever metaphor works for you, but you were creating a sound with the breath, and we're working to constrict and to channel the prana, the breath and the life force, so that it becomes more concentrated and we can really use it in a more mindful way. So close your eyes. We'll get to it in a minute. I just wanted to give you the explanation because I think it's new to some of you. So sit up nice and tall. Sitting well means breathing well, so we got to start by sitting well. Just feel a length from your tail to your crown. Feel a length in the between all the vertebrae in the spine, lifting up. Even as your legs and your sit bones and your pelvis are heavy and grounded on your mat or blanket, whatever you're sitting on. And then just start to feel your breath flowing in and out without restriction. So just come to a deeper rhythm of breath. Breath fall into just a sweet, natural, gentle pattern. Drop your tongue down into the bottom of your mouth. Feel a spaciousness, a doming in your upper palate, so like the inside of your mouth feels spacious. And then as you feel ready, just start to create that little toning in the upper throat to create the ujjayi sound. If it feels uncomfortable on the inhale, you can just do it on the exhale. You don't have to do it on both. And as you just begin that sound, let your awareness follow the sound of the breath. A way of making our breath obviously more audible, but when we can hear it, it's attuning another sense to our breathing so that we can feel the breath a little more palpably. We can hear it, we can sense it, we can have this deeper experience of it. A couple more breaths, ujjayi sound. Try to make it a smooth, even sound. Smooth, even breath. After your next exhale, release the toning in your throat. Let the breath just return to a normal breath. Just feel the effects of the ujjayi breath. The word ujjayi means triumphantly uprising. It's speaking of the rising up of the kundalini energy that lies dormant at the base of our spine. That breath is set to help awaken that energy, which is our energy of expansiveness. Awaken the kundalini. It's a way of awakening our own God consciousness, our way of seeing the world where everything is deep connected. All right, bring your hands to your heart. And let's begin with 3 ohms to begin our practice. So deep breath. Let your head bow to your heart. And release your hands. Let your eyes open. All right. We're going to stay seated. So just switch the cross. Bring the other leg in front. We're going to do some shoulder warm-ups. So just rest your hands on your legs. Sit however is comfortable. And then we're going to do 4 particular movements with the shoulder blades. So we're going to go up and then back and then down and then forward. So try that. Up, back, down, forward. That's it. Up, back, down, forward. Try one more this way. Up, back. And if you want to make it into like more of a rolling movement, you can do that. And now go the other way. So go back, up, forward, and down. That's it. Good. Back, up, forward, and down. So the movement is in the upper back. Back, up, forward, and down. One more. And if you want to again make it just kind of a big smooth roll, you can do that. All right, good. So now see if you can create a little bit of each of those actions at once. The shoulder blades move in a lot of different directions, and we want them to be engaged on the back but not pinched, right? We don't want them to be rolling off the back. We want our chest to stay lifted and expanded. So see if you can create a little bit of that, all of those things happening at once. So breathe in, the shoulders will rise a little bit, and then draw them back a little. Take the bottom tips of the shoulder blades forward. That's it. And then create an expansiveness from the midline. So you feel the shoulder blades on the back, but there's not a pinchy feeling there. Then take your arms out by your sides. Keep the tops of your shoulders relaxed, so don't let your shoulders creep up towards your ears. Then turn your palms to the sky, lift your head, lift your chest, look up. And as you exhale, turn your palms down. Pinky fingers can roll up, thumbs down. Let your head release down. Let your shoulder blades roll off your back. And then inhale and rotate the arms up. So the whole arm, it's not just the hand. Feel the whole arm rotating up, and then rotate the whole arm internally. And one more like that. Inhale, roll the arms up, lift your chest. Exhale and roll the arms in. Again, come to middle. See if you can find a place that feels balanced between those two. So the shoulder blades are back, the head of your arm bones are back, but there's still a broadness in the upper back. Then just drop your right hand, lift your left arm up to the sky. Good. Keep your right shoulder back, and then move your left shoulder back a little. Then we're going to go to this pattern. As you exhale, you're going to take your left arm across. It can come to your right knee, or it can come to the floor outside your knee, either way. And then you're going to inhale and twist open, look up towards your left hand. Exhale, twist, closed. Inhale, twist, open. And do one more. Exhale. And inhale, twist, open. Good. Bend or stay here for a moment. Bend your right elbow, left elbow, sorry, lift left elbow. And then pull the elbow back and down a little bit, and then press it up straight. And then pull the elbow back and down a little bit, and press it up. And do one more. Pull the elbow back and down. And just hold here for a moment, looking up. Okay, then sweep the arm over, bring it outside your right knee. Again, unfold your left leg, shift onto your right hip, bend your elbows and extend your left leg out to the left. Yeah, and then press your arms towards straight, bring your knee towards your armpit. And then lean forward, bend your elbows, extend your leg behind. Good. Then come up, bring your knee towards your elbow, armpit. Good. One more. Press it back. And bring it in. Good. And then fold it back. In front, come to center. Take your left hand over to the left. Sweep your right arm up to the sky. Bend it to the left elbow a little bit. Take a side body stretch here. And then go to that twist pattern. Exhale, tap down to the right. No, left. Inhale, open up to the right. Yes. Exhale. Close the twist. Push into your left hand. Turn your belly left and inhale. Turn your belly right. Keep your bottom shoulder back, even as that top shoulder moves back. And then one more time. Tap down. Open up. Hold here. Look up. And then exhale, pull the elbow back and down, and then stretch it up. And then pull your right elbow back and down, and then extend the arm up. And do one more. Pull the elbow back and down, and then extend your arm up. Good. And then twist back to the left. Shift your weight into your hands. Unfold your right leg. Extend it out to the right. Keep your head lifted a little bit so you're looking forward. And then come up and tap knee to elbow. That's it. And then lean forward. And then tap. And one more time. Lean forward. Extend your leg. And tap. Good. And come back into center. Okay, we're going to let's come to tabletop now. So spin around, spin your legs around. Come onto all fours. And then you can leave a blanket under your knees. Just hold up the blanket. Spread out your fingers. That's it. Line up your outer shoulder with the center of your wrist. So you've got a little space for the shoulders to be able to move. And then do a few cat and cow breaths here. So as you inhale, arch your back, lift your chest. Feel how the back muscles contract so the front muscles can stretch. And then as you exhale, round your spine, let your head drop down. Feel how the belly muscles contract so the back muscles can open. And then just flow back and forth. And this is the way that the body works. One muscle has to contract for another muscle to stretch. And so just feel that sense as you are arching and rounding in your spine. And maybe make it a little more active. So as you round, you're actively toning your belly to stretch your back. And as you arch, you're actively toning your back muscles to stretch out through the belly. Do one more. And come to neutral. Okay, good. Now drop down to your elbows. Don't shorten your body by bringing your elbows close. So bring your elbows forward where your hands were. You can lace your fingers together here. And then let's do a couple of shoulder blade push-ups. So sort of like a cat and cow. Some of you I know have done these. If you know what you're doing, just go for it. But it's a pulsing of the shoulder blades in towards the spine and then away from the spine. Yep, and then squeeze them in. Yep, just like that. And then press away. And just do a couple more like that. Shoulder blades onto the back. Yep. And then try to find the place right in the middle that's balanced, where the shoulder blades are pulling onto the back, but there's still an engagement in the front of the body where the elbows are sort of squeezing in towards each other and you're pressing the floor away. Okay, come back up into your hands. Recreate that same sensation in your upper back, in your tabletop, and then take your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes. So let's go toes on the floor to start. And then just notice how if you squeeze your thigh muscle, your quadriceps muscles, there's 4 of them. If you hug those, if you squeeze them in, the back of the leg is going to open up. So we contract that muscle so that the back of the leg can get more expansive. And then press into your heel, and that's going to engage the muscle in the front of your shin so that the back of the calf opens up. Okay, now try to maintain both of those actions. So the front of the leg is toning, so the back of the leg can stretch out longer. Lift your toes up off the mat. Lift your navel up towards your spine. Good, look forward. And then take a few little dips into a push-up. So bend your elbows back, squeeze them in, and then press up. Try to have this sense of still keeping the shoulder blades firm onto the back. Keep your head a little lifted. So look forward, maybe to where your mat meets the floor. Lift that leg up as you're coming down. That's it. And do one more. Nice, you guys. Drop your right knee down. Sit back into child's pose. Rest your head on something. So stack your hands or your arms. Let your shoulders relax, your face relax, your body soften, the back of your neck soften. Yeah, try to have your head resting on something. So even if you have to put a blanket or hand, yeah, just so that your neck can really release. That's good. That's good. All right. Rest your awareness in the parts of yourself that feel open, free, and unrestricted, unbound by anything. All right, slowly make your way back to your tabletop. Send your left leg back behind. Firm your quadricep muscle, so that's the muscle that's facing the floor. And then as you push into your heel, the muscle in the front of your shin is going to tone. See if you can have an awareness of the whole front of your left leg contracting, narrowing, so that the back of the leg can open. And then keep that action, lift your toes up off the mat and extend your leg long. So the muscles are still contracting, but the leg is really extending. Okay, then little baby dips. Bend your elbows back, keep your shoulders lifted, keep your head lifted. Little dips down. Yes, good. And the more you lift up that leg, it's going to counterbalance. So lift the leg up high. Let that leg be expansive, even as it feels heavy in your hands and in the chest. Okay, do one more. Okay, good. Drop your knee and sit back into child's pose. This time go knees wide. If you have knees together, go wide with your knees this time. Sit back. And then turn your palms to the sky. Let's do a little wrist stretch. So bring the backs of the forearms to the mat. And then make a fist. Keeping your wrists down, make a fist. And lift your hands up, but push your wrists down so you feel a stretch in your hands. So turn them up like that, like that. And then open your fingers and spread them out. Press your fingernails down. Good. And then press your wrists down, curl your hands up. And then open them. So it's just this action. Down and up. Stretching out the wrists. One more. Okay, good. Come on back up to tabletop. And then we're going to lift up into downward facing dog. Come up to a wide dog. So take your hands as wide as your mat. Take your feet as wide as your mat. And lift up into a big, wide downward facing dog. Yeah. Okay, good. Now push your hands down. Make your arms nice and strong. And then bend your knees deeply. Yeah, and feel like you're pulling your heels towards your butt and your butt towards your heels. Fire up your hamstrings. Take your hips back behind you. So you want your arms in a sort of diagonal. Good. Now begin to firm your quadricep, your thigh muscles, and straighten out your legs. And then bend your knees, pull your heels up and in, fire your hamstrings, and then press your heels down. Straighten your legs as much as you can. And do one more just like that, just playing with this awareness of contracting one part to open another part. And then hold here, legs nice and strong. You can go a little narrower with your feet if that feels more balanced. And then I want you to do the same thing in your arms. So bend your elbows out to the sides, squeeze your upper back muscles in, and then press your arms straight. It can just be a little bit. And then bend a little bit. You were doing it. I know it's a lot. And then straighten out. And then do one more. Just bend out to the sides. That's it. And straighten. Good. And then walk either hands to feet or feet to hands. Come land into your feet. And come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up. Good. And exhale. Let your arms release by your sides. Okay, step your feet wider than your hips. If you want to turn and face the long edge of your mat so your feet can stay on the mat, you can do that. Rest your hands onto your knees. Poke your hips back behind you. Good. Now turn your hands around so your fingers are pointing inwards. Yeah, poke your hips back. So Margaret, bend your knees more. Send your butt back. Yeah, like that, like that. Okay, now dip your left shoulder towards your right knee. Press your left knee out wide. Look up over your right shoulder. Inhale, come to center. And then over to the other side. The legs stay in the same position. You're just moving your upper body. So right shoulder towards left knee. Right knee pressing out wide. Look up to the left. And then just go side to side a few times. If you can do it slowly and hold for a couple of breaths, or if it feels better to just move a little more this morning, then go a little faster side to side, but just go side to side a few times. Keep both knees bent. The hips don't move, the legs don't move. So Sheila, try to keep your legs in the same position so the movement's in your upper back. Yes, like that, like that, like that. Yep. All right, one more each side. Okay, good. Then drop your hands down to the mat. Widen out your heels so your feet are parallel. And then same thing we just did in dog pose. Bend and straighten your knees a few times. So bend your knees, poke your hips back, lengthen your spine. Look forward. Then straighten your legs and let your spine round. And then bend your knees. Feel your hamstrings fire up. Straighten your legs. Feel the thigh muscles, front of the thighs fire up, quadriceps. And do one more. Just do this little dance between contraction and expansion. And then just hold in your forward bend, let your head release, let the support of your legs and that narrowing, that constriction, restriction in your legs, release your back muscles a little bit more. Release your head, release your neck. Lengthen your spine. Look forward. You can bend your knees here if you need to, and then come on all the way up. Good. Step your feet together. Face front. Actually, not together. Go hip distance apart. And then we're just going to circle around. Just get a little movement through the hips. So circle one way. Yep. Send the hips way out to the side, way back, way forward. And then go around the other way, circling. Okay, good. And then spiral your way back to center. Bring your heels right underneath your sit bones, so your feet parallel, legs sturdy, steady, strong. Sorry, it's a little loud. Okay, inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, just circle them back down. Just warm up the shoulders a little. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, palms down, arms down. One more, arms up. Good. Hold the right wrist. Lean to the left. That's it. As you inhale, lengthen out of your pelvis, down through your right leg, and as you exhale, lean a little bit more to the left. Inhale, come up. Switch the clasp left. Lean right. Root down through that left foot, but lengthen to the left fingertips and then lean a little more. Use the muscles in your right waistline. Contract those a little bit more actively to open up the left side waist. Good. Inhale, come up. Separate your hands. Maybe look up a little bit. Stretch the front of the neck. Turn your palms down. Release your arms. Arms up again. Inhale, sweep up. This time, bend your right elbow. Take your right hand to your right elbow. Left hand to your right elbow. Don't take your right hand to your right elbow. I don't know how that would even be possible. Okay, lean to the left. Sometimes my brain gets ahead of my mouth. My mouth gets ahead of my brain, I mean. See? Did it again. Can you reach your shoulder, your elbow, Sheila? Or no? No. Okay, that's fine. Do it that way. Good. Keep your head back. Notice your head wants to get pushed forward a little, so head back. Okay, inhale up, stretch both arms up. Bend your left elbow. Catch it with your right hand. Yeah, you could hold your wrist. That's better. Yeah, that's fine. Just trying to get a little stretch into the chest there. Yeah. Good. Head back. You got it. One more breath here. Okay, inhale, come on up. Stretch your arms up. Then sweep your hands behind your back. Lace your fingers together, or you can hold a strap. So if it's hard to get your hands in close, the idea is we really want to get the shoulder blades together behind. So however you can do that, if you can do it holding your hands, that's fine, but if you can't, then do it holding a strap. Yeah, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Lift up, broaden through your collarbones, lift up through your chest. On an exhale, hinge forward from your hips, reach your arms to the sky, take your head towards the floor. And then let's pulse a few times, bend your knees, poke your hips back, look forward, reach your arms back. That's it. Then straighten your legs and round your spine. Let your arms go up and your head go down. Good. Inhale, reach your hands back, spine long. Bend your knees, hips back. Good. Straighten your legs. Do one more. Bend and straighten. Good. Exhale and release your hands. As you breathe, if your hands don't reach the floor, put them on blocks. Have your hands reaching something. You want to weight bear into your hands a little bit so that your spine and your back and the discs in your spine are not taking all the weight of your upper body. So you're pushing your feet down, you're pushing your hands down, you're straightening your legs. Now firm your thigh muscles a little more and tone your abdominals a little more. And then keep those muscles toning, lengthen your spine, press to your feet, and come on all the way up, reach up. And exhale, release your arms. Okay, good. Come to the front of your mat. Have your blocks in front of you. Good. Okay, come to Tadasana, mountain pose. And just have this sense of creating a sense of the muscles narrowing in, of your muscles toning, so that there's like a little bit of contraction. You feel a lift, and then an expansiveness of energy inside. So it doesn't feel like it's restrictive in a way. It just feels like a gentle hug. Okay, inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, fold from your hips, hinge forward. Bend your knees and step your right leg back to the back of your mat. So here's where your blocks might fit. Yeah, hands on blocks works well here. All right, get your back leg really straight and strong. Get your spine nice and long. Yes, good. Then we're going to just pulse in and out of this front knee a few times. So we're going to inhale and bend the right knee, and then exhale and straighten it. And if you need to, again, go higher up onto blocks to do that, that's fine. Just have this sense, as you're bending your left knee, you're pulling your left heel towards your butt. And as you're straightening your right leg, you're squeezing your quadricep, your thigh muscle. One thing narrows so that another thing can open. Thing opens so another thing can narrow, and that's life. Do one more. All right, rebend the front knee, step forward. Hold. Switch your legs, left leg back. Back leg super strong. That back leg stays really strong and long. The front knee is the one that's moving. So as you inhale, firm your right thigh muscle, straighten it out. As you exhale, pull your right heel towards your right sit bone. As you inhale, stretch your legs straight, firm your thigh. As you exhale, pull your heel towards your butt. And then straighten it again one more time. Good. And rebend. And step forward to the front of your mat. Lengthen your spine. Come on all the way up. Reach up. Stretch up. And exhale, let your arms release by your sides. Okay, good. Let's face the long edge of the mat, just standing things. So step feet wide apart. Face the long edge of your mat. Face either direction, doesn't matter. The view out the window is nicer, but if you feel like you need to see and face this way, that's okay too. Okay, so try to have your heels, stretch out your arms and try to have your heels as wide as your wrists. So if you were to drop a plumb line from your wrist, it would hit your foot. Now, if that's too wide, if it's too much pulling, if it feels unstable, of course, go a little narrower. But if you can go wider, go a little wider. Yeah. Okay. Now, relax your arms for a moment. Just pivot on your right foot. Turn your right foot out and see that your right heel is in line with the instep of your left foot. And then as you bend into this right knee for warrior two, feel again like you're engaging your hamstring. Pull your heel towards your butt. That's it. If your knee is coming over your toes in this one, just widen out your stance a little so the knee lands right over the ankle. Yeah. Then inhale, let your arms come out to the sides. Right arm forward, left arm back. Make your left leg really strong, supporting you here. Good. And then turn your palms up. Roll your inner armpits up. Lift up through your chest. And then keep that sense of expansiveness across the chest. Just turn your palms down. Nice, you guys. Drop your back hand to your back leg. Pick your right arm up to the sky. Lean back, empty your mouth. Keep pulling your right heel to your right sit bone. So pulling back. Yes, keep toning your right glute muscle, pressing the right knee wide. Lean back a little bit more. Good. Inhale, come up. Straighten your front leg. Hands on your hips for a moment. All right, I want you to bend, just a little bend, and then a little straighten a couple times, feeling that your quadriceps muscles, there's 4 of them, all of them toning. Not so much that you're feeling pressure into your knee. You don't want to hyperextend the knee, but you want to let the knee feel supported. So tone your calf muscle, tone your thigh muscle, get the leg straight, not hyperextended where we're jamming into the back of the knee, but nice and straight, both legs straight. Inhale the arms out again. Reach out over your right leg into triangle pose. Hand down to the ankle or the shin, whatever you can reach. Thigh, whatever works. Try to keep your legs as straight as you can for this one. So even if you're up high, that's okay. Legs straight, spine straight, arms straight. Good. Take another breath here. And then push into your feet and come on. Good. Release your arms. Turn your toes in. Then we're going to the second side. If you need a break, just step your feet together for a minute. If you need a little break, take a little break. Then we're going to go left foot out. Right toes turn in slightly. And then as we bend into the left knee, we're pulling the left heel towards its own sit bone. So pulling up and in so that hamstring is working. Yeah, right leg as straight as you can. Inhale, arms up. Turn your palms to the sky. Roll your shoulders back as you do that. Good. And then keep the shoulders back, just turn the palms down. Yeah, so they can go straight out to the side, son. They don't have to go up. That's it. And then drop your back hand to your back leg. Turn your left palm to the sky. Lean back. Tone your left glute muscle, your left butt muscle. Press your left knee wide. Pull your left heel towards your left sit bone as you lean back. Okay, good. Inhale, come on up. Take your hands onto your hips. And then just a slow bend and straighten, just a little bit. A little bend, a little straighten. Firm the thigh muscle, firm the calf muscle. And then land with the thigh toning, the calf muscle toning, both legs nice and strong and as straight as you can make them. Arms out again. Reach out and over your left leg. Hand down to wherever it lands. Yeah, that's it. Good. Move your top shoulder back. Move your bottom shoulder back. Lengthen from tail to crown. Take one more breath. Even the arms straightening here. So the back of the arm straighten, the triceps of the arm can tone so the arm can straighten. Good. Push into your feet. You can look down. That helps with the balance. And then come on back up. Turn your toes in. Step your feet together. Okay, excellent. March it out. Face front. Again, you may want blocks for this one. Face to the front. Have space behind you. So have some space behind you. Okay, and then we're going to come to Parsvottanasana. So we're going to step the right foot back. This one is not as long as we were just in for Warrior, so a little bit shorter. And then the angle of the back foot you can play with a little bit. So the foot turned out helps a little with the balance. So if you feel wobbly, turning that back foot out a little bit will help. But that restricts the hip a little. So you want to have it turned out enough that you feel balanced, but turned in enough that you can wrap your right hip around to face front. So just find that sweet spot for yourself. And then again, without jamming into the back of your knees, tone the muscles of your legs. Take your hands behind your back and hold opposite elbows behind your back. Good. Take your right hip more forward, towards me. Right? So take your hip forward, like that. Good. Draw your shoulders back, lengthen your spine. That's it. And now hinge from your hip. Feel like you're pulling your belly to your thigh and your thigh up towards your belly at the same time. So quadricep is working to open up the hamstring. Quadricep is working to help keep you stable. Yeah, good, Michael. Yeah, Stephanie, good. Yeah, Fran, I can sort of see your shadow there. Looks good. You're all done. All right, take one more breath. And then exhale and release your hands down. If you need to grab your blocks, grab your blocks. Yeah. So we're going to try to work with straight legs here. And now with hands on the floor, push your hands, or on blocks, push down into your hands and work to spin your inner right thigh back a little more and pull your outer left hip in a little more. Yeah. Then let your spine just spill over, let your head release, neck soften. Yep, that's good. Take one more breath. And then step forward with your back foot and come on up to stand. Reach up if that feels good. And release your arms. And then left foot back, Parsvottanasana. Again, play with that angle. You can also play with the distance between your feet. So you want both heels on the floor. So a little bit of a wider base, side to side could be helpful. All right, pivot your hips to face forward. So for this side, the left hip has to wrap around. You start on like your hip points, the hip points in front to be like the headlights of your car, just pointing straight ahead. Yeah. Legs nice and strong. Hold other elbow on top. I didn't tell you which one on top, of course, so hopefully you remember. Switch elbows if you can remember. Lengthen through your spine. Good. Now, tone your right quadricep, your right thigh. Feel that muscle toning, and as you start to hinge from your hip, feel like you're pulling it up towards your belly as you're pulling your belly down towards your thigh. Should help keep you stable. It should help you to feel a little more stable doing it that way. Quadricep working. And with the quadricep narrowing and tightening, it helps to open up the back of the leg. Okay. Exhale, release your hands. Down to the mat. This sense of toning the thigh muscle, lifting up the kneecap gently to open up the back of the leg. We're narrowing the front of the body to open up the back of the leg. It's just this little dance between the two. Okay, step forward to the front of your mat. Lengthen your spine and come on all the way up. Good job. Okay, good. Exhale, shoulders. Okay, take a block and put it, hang on for a second how we're doing this. Okay, put it to the outer right, pinky edge of your right foot. Yeah. Okay, and then just stand right next to the block. Then take your right arm out to the right, lengthen that arm, just feel like a spaciousness. So again, think of that action of up, back, down a little, reaching out, then bring it across the body and hook it with your left elbow. Yeah, just like that. That's it. So you should feel a little stretch in your shoulder. Notice the shoulder maybe hiked up towards the ear a little bit, so just let it relax down and back slightly. That's it. Okay, now you could stay here, or you can, if your elbow is above the bottom elbow, the top elbow is above the bottom elbow, you can double wrap the arms, and if that doesn't work, you can just be here. So it's elbow over elbow. So bring it like that. And then turn your hands around, backs of the hands together. Like that, and then the double wrap. You got it, you're there. Just, yep. That's all, just like that. And fingers up. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, just like that. That's good job. Yep. Okay, now this is the arms. Lift your elbows up. Plug your shoulders back a little more. So there's a narrowing in the front of the body, right? So narrow the upper back a little bit so that the shoulders feel okay. And then poke your hips back. Bend your knees a lot. Cross your left leg on top. So here's where you may want to use your block. You can perch that your left toes onto the block there. Or, yeah, you can put it up higher. Or you can hover, or you can hook your toes behind for eagle legs. Any version works. Just like that, knee over knee. Yeah, you can have your toes on the block if you want to balance. Yeah, squeeze your legs, squeeze your arms. Feel how everything comes narrowing inward. Don't let your breath become narrow. Let your breath be expansive. Let your mind be expansive, even if you're falling over, whatever story you're telling yourself. Stop telling yourself that story. Just be here, breathe. Okay, come on up and unravel. Okay, roll out. Second side, so you can set that block over to the other side if you want to use it. You don't need to use it. It's just there as an option. Oh, no. If you need it. Yep. Okay, left arm out. Reach it out. Good. And then sweep it across and hook it. And if you can, get your right elbow hooked above your left elbow. That'll make the eagle arms easier. Yeah, exactly. Try to relax your left shoulder a little bit. And then it's a double wrap. No. Switch. No. Backs of the hand. Go like this. Backs of the hands together. Backs. And then wrap. And then double wrap. That's I know. Too much wrapping. I know. It's your hand around there. Oh. You're making it harder. Oh. Okay. Bend your knees. Put your hips back. Yes. Cross your right leg over your left leg. You can perch your toes. You can hover your toes if you want to work on balance. You can hook your toes behind you. Good. And then squeeze everything in. Squeeze everything in. Narrow your body, but not your mind. Narrow your body, but not your heart. Be expansive of spirit, even as the body feels small. Okay. Inhale. Come on up. Unravel the arms. Roll them out. Okay. I'm going to put sort of all of these together. We're going to do it's not a pose I usually do in this class, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it with a strap. So we're going to do a bound pose. Just watch me for a minute. I'm going to show you it so you have an idea of where we're headed. So we're going to come into a warrior stance. I'm giving you the back view for a reason. I've got my strap. This is my back leg hands. That's where the strap is. Okay, now I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to bring this hand down. The strap's just hanging out here for the moment. I'm going to try to work my arm underneath my leg.
as much as I can. Then I'm going to turn that hand around. Then I'm going to swing my strap over, and I can help you find your strap. I'm going to swing it over so that I'm holding the strap behind my back. If you can reach hands, of course, just hold hands, that's fine. But you may need a strap. Then I'm going to squeeze my arm and my leg together, so I've gotten into this narrow place. Then I can use that narrowing, that binding, to expand out into. So that's the pose. We'll see how it goes. Just for fun. Hold the strap in your left hand. Hold your strap in your left hand. Okay. Then pivot on your right foot. We're coming back to warrior two legs. So just one step at a time. And as I always say, right, you just get off the bus at your step. So we're going to go step by step. And if the next stop is too far, then you just stay where you are, okay? Bend your right knee, strap in your left hand. Good. Take your right hand down. So go forward. Give yourself some space here. You can like kind of lean forward a little bit. That's it. And then walk your arm in towards your right leg and try to snuggle your arm underneath your right leg. Good. Now sweep your hand up behind your back. Reach for your strap behind you. And I can help you find it. Yep. Swing it over with your left hand. You got it. Yeah. Yep. Hold as close to your hands as you can. That's it. Yeah. Close to your hands. Thank you. Yeah, and then squeeze your leg and your arm together and lean back. So wrong hand. This arm goes over. This arm goes over. Yes. Nope. Go inside. Go inside. You have it. There it is. Now lean back. Squeeze your arm and your legs together. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Release. How we do at home. Okay. Come on up. How we do at home. Yeah, that looked good, friend. Yeah. Good. 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 All right. It's a big pose. I know. Big pose for beginner class. You did beautifully. Let's do the other side. So this is a bound. This is bound Parsvakonasana. We have a lot of bound poses in yoga, and the thing to remember is like we see this narrowing or a binding as a we can see it as a negative thing, but the word yoga itself literally means yoking. It means union. It means like what are you binding yourself to? Because you got to bind yourself to something. Let it be something of meaning. Strap is in your right hand. Your left knee is bent over your ankle. Yes, then left hand goes down inside the left leg. So lean in, bow in, round in a little bit, contract your abdominals. Sweep your left arm underneath, wrap it up behind, toss yourself the strap. Yes, very good. Then squeeze your leg and your arm together and lean back. Move your right shoulder over your left shoulder. Lean back towards your leg. That's it. Yes, yes, that's it, you guys. You got it. Take another breath. Okay, release your strap. Get out however feels reasonable. Turn your toes in. Take a little more. Okay, let's come down to sit. Keep your strap nearby. Sit up onto a blanket. Seems a little too much right now. Yeah, stretch your legs straight out in front of you. Reach down and take the flesh from under your sitting bones so that you're sitting, feel really grounded in your seat. And then pull your right knee into your chest, right foot on the floor. Yeah. And now we're going to twist. We're going to do an open twist. So the left leg is staying out. We're actually twisting left. So you're going to bring your right arm inside your right leg. Yeah. So your arm and your leg are squeezing towards each other. Then take your left hand behind you. Twist left. Left leg is extending out long. That's it. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and twist. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and twist. Do one more breath. Inhale and release your twist. Good. Let your knee drop to the side. So sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Yep. Stretch your left leg as straight as you can. And one thing you could do, Dawn, if that leg would feel more comfortable, like prop a block under it, so that you don't feel like it's just kind of hanging out there, right? Does that feel? Yeah. Then you can stretch it out. Good. Okay. Send your spine up long. Send your leg out straight, and then from your hips. Hinge forward. See if you can still have this sense. Remember when we were in the standing pose and we were pulling the quadricep muscle up? Still have a sense that you're doing that here. And then you can reach for your foot either with your hands or with your strap. Yeah. And then as your hands find your foot or your strap, give a little resistance, so pull back gently. So there's still a little bit of narrowing of the upper back, even as we stretch it out. Just dance between the two. Dance between that sense of narrowing your body and expanding your body. Body feels narrow, expand your mind. Inhale, and all right, switch legs. Stretch out your right leg, bring your left heel in. Good, bring it in as close as you can and try to get your right toes and your right kneecap pointing straight up towards the sky. And then left arm inside the left leg, twist to the right. Create a little resistance between the arm and the leg. So your left knee pulls in towards your left arm is pushing out as you're twisting to the right. Rotate around the spine with the breath as you inhale. Feel the back muscles fire up, sit a little taller as you exhale. Feel the belly muscles contract and twist a little. Inhale, release your twist. Face front. Drop the knee to the side. Do hands by your hips for a moment so that you're starting out with a nice long spine. And then press your heel down. Fire up your thigh muscle. And as you hinge from your hip, have this sense that you're pulling your thigh up a little bit towards your belly as you pull your belly towards your thigh. The more you engage that thigh muscle, the front of the thigh, the more open the back of the leg is going to, or the back of the leg is going to. More breath, soften your neck, your jaw, your face. Good. Inhale, come on back upright. Take the soles of your feet together. Good. Hold your ankles. Press your feet together. Widen out through your knees. Imagine that your knees were stretching out wider. Don't feel like you have to push them down, but just tighten them out. Push the pinky toes down, pinky edge of your foot down. Then hinge forward. One more time from the hips. You can use the elbows on the legs to give you a little extra stretch if you're looking for that. Inhale, bring yourself back up to seated. And then find your way down onto your back. Have a block nearby. Let's just do a minute of inversion. Get the legs up. So as you lay down onto your back, lift up your hips. Rest your hips on your block, your pelvis on the block. So the bony back of your pelvis, not under your low back, but under your pelvis. Snuggle your shoulder blades underneath you. And then stretch your legs to the ceiling. Lining up your heels over your hips. You do not have to have the legs straight here. The knees can be a little soft. But let your legs just be light. Yeah. Just float upwards. A gentle pressing of your shoulders down, the backs of your arms down, center of your head down. Another 2 or 3 breaths here. Slowly bring your feet back to the mat. Lift your hips, slide your block to the side. And then widen, heel toe your feet out wide away from each other. Good. And then drop both knees over to the right, the knees wide apart. So you can try to bring your left inner knee more towards the floor. If your knee bothers you, you can put a block underneath your knee. That's always fine. And then reach your arms up by your ears overhead. Inhale, bring your knees up and then swing them to the other side, drop them to the left. Try to work your inner right knee down towards the mat more. Yeah. Inhale, bring your knees up. And then just begin to make your way into Shavasana, stretching out your legs, stretching your arms by your sides. So all the way down. Sitting up, it's easier to hear when I'm sitting. Yeah, separate your feet, outer hip distance apart. Let your pinky toes just drop to the floor. Yeah. Turn your palms to the sky. And then scan your body with your mind, with your awareness. Starting with your toes, your ankles, your knees, thighs. They did a lot today. Seek out any narrowness there and just let your body expand. Let your hips and your pelvis soften and expand. Feel your belly rise, fall gently with breath. Your ribs expand and contract with breath. So let your whole rib cage feel heavier, your shoulders feel heavier on the floor. Soften your arms and your fingers. Relax your face, your eyes, your jaw, your tongue. Soften your skin. Follow your breath with your awareness. It draw you deeper and deeper within yourself, within what is finite in this world, to the infinite, dominable spirit. Gently now, let your breath do. Let's bring some movement back to the body, fingers, your toes, your body stretched and move in whatever way wants to reawaken to the day. And bend your knees. Roll to your side, rest in the fetal position for a breath or two. Just giving yourself time for a slow transition, gentle transition. And press into your hands, bring yourself back up to sit.
Narrowness has its place. Narrowness in our bodies allows us to get into small spaces comfortably, whether that's a yoga pose or an airplane seat. You know, all of life is this pulsation, narrowness and expansion, and the way that we experience it is up to us. We can be physically narrow but mentally expansive. We can be emotionally narrow but physically expansive. We can be all of these things simultaneously in our bodies and within our being. It's not this or that, it's this and that. It's the perfect collage of life's challenges and blessings and beauty and messiness and demands and frustrations. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. There's lots of reasons we chant Om at the end of our practice. One is that we remember that we don't do that work alone, that we contract and expand together and with the support of this community and each other, and that we're not in it alone. So let's close with one Om. Take it a deep breath. Namaste. Thanks, everyone.